Welcome back. One of the areas that took the biggest hit in the recent state budget is the arts. Lawmakers cutting millions of dollars in funding, impacting the arts statewide and especially here on the Suncoast. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from the West Coast Black Theater Troupe in Sarasota with more on the story tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Scott, this is one of the places affected. It's something that does impact hundreds of places. It's a major blow for the arts community in Sarasota and Manatee counties, as well as the entire state. Last year's $11.1 million budget in cultural and museum grants has plummeted to $2.65 million in this year's state budget. It's money that is shared by 480 organizations statewide, meaning some places that were going to receive a $150,000 grant will now see less than $10,000.
We are one of the richest arts and cultural areas of the country, and the lack of funding for the state art grants this year is going to cost Sarasota County organizations about $3 million in direct funding.
Shirley went on to say he understands why the state has to do this, but it makes things very challenging for the arts community. In fact, he tells us that he most likely will have to eliminate one of the positions at the Arts and Cultural Alliance. The West Coast Black Theater Troupe in Sarasota is another organization feeling these cuts, but because they receive other grants and funding from private donors, the theater's development director says they are going to be okay.
It will make some impact, but overall, it's not going to make or break our season.
State Representative Joe Gruder says between Hurricane Irma and adding resource officers to schools following the Parkland tragedy, the focus on this budget shifted. He tells us he is all for the arts and that he will continue to push for more funding.
I've been a huge advocate and a believer of that every dollar we put in, gives us back a tenfold return, and I will do all I can moving forward to continue to fight for every dollar that I can.
And folks are confident that they'll see more money for the arts next year and in next year's state budget. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Scott, back to you.
All right, Rick, thanks so much. An update now on the new Venice Library construction. The building is beginning to take shape now. The exterior walls are up, and today workers were moving the roofing structures into place. The previous library had to be torn down after 50 years and mold concerns. The construction company did a mold remediation on the soil to ensure the same issue does not happen again in the new facility. The plan is to have that new library open in the fall of this year. The first Allegiant Airlines flight arriving today at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport with some fanfare. Passengers were welcomed from Indianapolis on the ultra-low-cost carrier. Allegiant is also offering flights to and from Pittsburgh, and later this year will add Cincinnati. SRQ CEO Rick Piccolo says he's excited to see where this new partnership could go.
This is the first ULCC, or ultra low cost carrier, that we have at SRQ, and we're very excited about it. And obviously we think if things follow as they have usually with Allegiant, we'll see more growth here from them. We'll see more cities.
We have seen such a demand for these flights, for people wanting to go to the Sarasota Bradenton area. So we're happy to now provide those affordable nonstop flights for everyone.
Allegiant's return flight to Indianapolis took off just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, and that Pittsburgh flight comes in tonight at about 6:40. And whether you're coming from Indianapolis or Pittsburgh, or you're right here on the Suncoast, the weather here today, gorgeous. Let's get more from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harris.
Yeah, you wish you could just bottle it up and actually keep it that way too for a long time. But summer's not too far away. It'll start to feel much more hot and humid by Saturday, though, so enjoy it while you can. 79, dew point is what's so comfortable. It's 49. Look at that humidity, 35%. That is a high fire danger, though, but considering we had a lot of rainfall yesterday, it's not too big of a concern right now. Pressure 30.07. That's way up there. Now, what's happened? The front has moved on through. It's still just hanging down to the south now, just north of Key West, where they're in their 80s and the dew point temperature in the 70s there. But high pressure is going to slowly work its way off to the east. Now it's going to move over and eventually park itself to the east of the state, it looks like, on Friday afternoon. That will start to bring us an east to southeasterly wind flow. But for tonight, we're going to see that north to northwest wind, and that will usher in the cooler temperatures. Right now, currently it's 79 out there. It doesn't feel that way, though. 82 in Key West feels much warmer there. 70 in Jacksonville, 75 in Orlando. We have another cold front that is going to bring us some much needed rainfall, but unfortunately it falls over the weekend. Details on that in a few minutes. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. As forecasters anticipate an active hurricane season ahead, the conversation in Venice has turned once again to hurricane shelters and the lack of them. The city of Venice hired a structural engineer to study the Venice Community Center to see if it can withstand a hurricane's impact. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley joins us live in Venice with more on the story. Christopher?
Good evening, Scott. Before we get to the Venice Community Center, I want to show you real quick what Sarasota County's biggest concern is. That over there, that is the mainland, and we are standing here on the island. The worry is if this body of water, the Intracoastal Waterway, floods and damages one of the bridges, that can make it very difficult to get off the island and back to the mainland.
Sarasota County leaders have had several worries about opening a shelter on the island of Venice. Not the least of which is the strength of the Venice Community Center, the building that was opened as a shelter by the city of Venice during Hurricane Irma. To prove them wrong, the city of Venice hired a structural engineer.
We came to meet him and he said, "This is the building you want me to look at?" He said, "Yes." And he said, "This place is a fortress."
Venice Mayor John Hollick tells us the engineer rated the building to withstand a Category 3 storm. But Sarasota County Emergency Operations Director Rich Collins isn't convinced.
I appreciate the fact that the building is built to withstand winds. The issue is its location and the flooding that can occur.
In the 1960s, the Intracoastal Waterway was dug up. Thus, Venice became an island. The community center is roughly in the middle of that island, 3/4 of a mile from the Gulf of Mexico.
Let's remember that Venice is a man-made island.
I know there's been a lot of discussion about being a man-made island, but at the end of the day, it's an island.
Venice has 3 bridges that can take you off the man-made island.
Depending on the movement of a storm, tidal surge could move up through the pass and around into the area, affecting bridges, boats. There's debris that can hit bridges.
The two men disagree on the use of the community center, but they both agree Venice does need a shelter.
We're looking for other buildings inland. We're working on multiple priorities on transportation plans.
The county's plan so far is to use the community center as a transportation hub, busing people to other shelters in the county.
We have a number of people that will not leave the island area, will not leave the Venice area, will not go to Northport, will not go to Sarasota.
But Sarasota County is standing firm that the Venice Community Center will not be opened as a hurricane shelter.
At the end of the day, we don't want to be post-storm trying to figure out how we get to 400 or 500 people that are trapped.
The engineer did say there were several things the Venice Community Center needs to be fully secured, and that does include a few new hurricane impact resistant windows. The city of Venice says they'll make those repairs themselves before the start of the next hurricane season, July 1st. But to be absolutely clear, the city, Sarasota County says they do not have any plans to open the Venice Community Center in the event of a hurricane. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you so much. Seniors at Suncoast Polytechnical High School got a lesson in saving lives this morning. Sarasota County Fire Department teaching the students at the school how to perform CPR with hands only. The goal is to teach the life-saving technique to more than 2,000 upperclassmen by the end of the year. And in fact, as of today, 2,300 seniors have learned hands-only CPR. Those involved say they understand the importance of CPR and hope it will help them in the future during an emergency situation.
Well, with all the stuff that's happening in the world, you never know like what situation that might come your way and you might need to do it.
The district hopes to also include teachers and 8th graders in this training by next year. Members of Sarasota Police Dive Team and Marine Patrol conducting a training mission today by removing a derelict boat from Sarasota Bay. The sailboat has been underwater, causing hazards to area boaters. It was taken to the 10th Street boat ramp to be removed. And it turns out even manatees are working out and staying fit. Hugh and Buffett, the resident manatees at Mote Marine Lab, are part of a new exercise study where they have to swim against the current in a pool. The endless pool works just like a treadmill for humans. The study is designed to track a manatee's energetic cost of continuous swimming. Hugh and Buffett are rewarded for their hard work with apples and carrots and some much-deserved breaks as well. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, why researchers say later school start times lead to better moods in teenage girls. And how safe is it to electronically file your taxes? We'll have the details when we come back.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Fun for the whole family, the 26th Annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, benefiting special athletes of Sarasota County, fossil vendors, arts and crafts, food, children's games, and live entertainment with headliners the Gator Creek Band on Friday night, Rockin' Rogues, Maiden Cane, Glass Onion, Kettle of Fish, Paisley Craze, and the Boogeymen. Admission $4, children 12 and under free. Parking is free. The annual Venice Shark's Tooth Festival, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Venice Airport Festival Grounds.
The Wild Broadway series brings you Funny Girl. Fanny Brice dreams of being famous and through sheer guts and determination becomes a star of the Ziegfeld Follies. Playing March 28th through April 15th, it's the songs and story that generations have grown to love. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Don't rain on my parade. Come see Funny Girl.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
The Mark, Sarasota. Landmark living in the center of it all. A private oasis in the sky. Luxurious private amenities. Promenade shopping and dining. The best of downtown downstairs. Now under construction and priced from the mid-700s. This is life right where you want it. Call or visit our Discovery Sales Gallery today. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by the Culture Group.
When money's tight and emergencies arise, CashNetUSA.com is available 24/7 to deliver quick loans for approved customers when they need it the most.
Apply now at CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA.
Let's go right now to breaking news, a shooting that involved a police officer.
It happened about 1 o'clock this morning.
The investigators will be going door to door to these businesses.
We've got a couple of areas of low pressure that are going to be impacting our weather.
Issues in Manatee County, congestion. To avoid that, take the Green Bridge.
It's California Closet's lighting and accessories sales event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
What can help a teen improve their mood and sleep? Well, maybe a different alarm clock. ABC's Arlette Saenz has the story.
Is your teen tired and grumpy? Part of that comes with the turf, but new research confirms that it might not be entirely their fault. If teens feel a lot of pressure to get good grades and participate in after-school activities, all while making new friends and deciding their career path, this process can make for late nights and very little sleep. Could starting school a little more in tune with their natural circadian rhythm help? New research looked at how later school start times affected a group of teenage girls at a school in Singapore. Just by moving school start time later by 45 minutes, the teens reported more sleep and better mood within 1 month. The American Academy of Pediatrics supports the idea. In a 2014 statement, the organization recommended a middle school and high school start time no earlier than 8:30 a.m. In addition, they emphasized the importance of teenagers getting 8.5 to 9.5 hours of sleep a night. While supported by science, parents of teens may be thinking, yeah, as if. During the 2011-2012 school year, only 18% of public schools started at 8:30 a.m. or later. If you start schools later, critics argue transportation problems follow, particularly related to school buses during rush hour traffic. Others worry that delayed school start times will make it hard to schedule after-school activities. Regardless of your school start time, pediatricians implore teens to get a regular bedtime and limit cell phone and TV use before bed. Many argue that a media curfew would be great for teens. It couldn't hurt parents either. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Saenz, ABC News.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert webcast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Lakewood Ranch webcam, clear skies, hardly a cloud to be found. Again, just a nice breeze out of there, out of the north, keeping the temperatures comfortable and the dew points very low in the 40s. That's what you would see normally in January and February, but we're not seeing that today. It's just nice out there, and we're not seeing the warm temperatures that we'd normally expect at this time of year. Chilly overnight, low 50s in some inland areas, mid to upper 50s near the coast. And it looks as though we'll see another cold front, which will make for some interesting weather on Sunday. Too early to tell whether it'll be severe, but I do expect to see some moderate to heavy rainfall. And then a cooler weather again comes back. So this is kind of a cooling trend that we're in, with a big drop and trough in the jet stream over the eastern third of the nation over the upcoming week. We'll see a transition again, staying on the cooler side, at least for a few days. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to warm up on Saturday. We'll see highs then into the upper 80s, and it'll feel much warmer than that, especially inland. Titan radar not depicting any rainfall around. We don't anticipate any rain until Sunday. The day planner looks good tomorrow, so if you have any plans, it's going to be kind of a cool start, though. Jackets, you may want a jacket or a light sweater tomorrow morning, and then we'll warm up to the upper 70s by 3 o'clock. Should be a very delightful day, though, with lots of sunshine around and limited clouds. Temperature 70 in Jacksonville, it's 77 in Mayaca City. Gulf water temperature now 78 degrees, 81 in Punta Gorda, 77 Lake Placid, and the same in Braden and Cortez at 75. Currently at the airport, it's 79 degrees. We have that northeast wind at 10 miles an hour. The pressure 30.07 inches. That's high. That continues to rise. Beautiful shot that you see right here, sent in by Sydney Desmond. And the high today was 80, right at the average, although it felt cooler. This morning's low was actually above average at 64. I don't think we'll set any records tomorrow, but we will be on the cooler side. Well, that high pressure ridge will stay pretty much parked off the Carolina coast, and then it will get bumped out of here. By Saturday afternoon, we'll start to see an increase in cloudiness around, but it should be a nice day on Saturday. That'll be the best of the 2 days over the weekend, although the winds will start to pick up in advance of that front, so boating could be a concern. By the Futurecast, we start to see the beginning of that front developing as a winter storm makes its way through the northern and central plain states. That front will eventually slide our way and cool us down for Monday and Tuesday of next week. Well, temperatures have rebounded over parts of the U.S. where they've been getting slammed all spring long. And now we're getting a nice taste there in Cleveland and Chicago, as well as St. Louis. Look at 78 degrees in St. Louis right now, 75 in the nation's capital, and 76 in Denver. Much colder over the northern plain states, but that's all due to change as a pretty big winter storm moving into the northern plain states. Today, some snow showers mixed with rain, kind of a cold, rainy day there, but then that is now all shifting over to rain now as it heads off to the east. There had been some snow around earlier into Michigan yesterday, and then that major winter storm will take shape over the northern Rockies and then eventually dump up to a foot of snowfall in places like northern Nebraska, as well as into parts of Minnesota and South Dakota. For boaters, east winds turn to the northwest late in the day. We'll start off a bit breezy too at 15 knots. And seas will be running 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop out there. The water temperature 78 degrees. UV index will be a 9 tomorrow. Well, here's the extended forecast as we see it, looking pretty good tomorrow. In fact, really good. 81 degrees after a low of 58. We'll warm to 85 on Friday, a little bit warmer and muggier on Saturday. Showers and storms, first alert weather day on Sunday, and then cooler weather moves in again on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. Let's get another check on first alert traffic. Gulf Drive, slow going tonight in Bradenton Beach, heading north and south, right around the intersection with Cortez Road. And even the Cortez on the way out to the island is in the orange and red tonight. In consumer news, some gun makers will not be able to use Bank of America to support their businesses anymore. Bank of America's vice chair says the bank will no longer finance gun companies that manufacture military-style rifles for the public. The bank had previously said it was looking for ways to help stem violence after the school shooting in Parkland. American Outdoor Brands, which owns Smith & Wesson and Stern Ruger, both make AR-15 rifles. According to CNBC, Bank of America has lent money to Stern Ruger in the past. Spotify and Hulu are joining forces to get more subscribers. The two companies unveiling a new subscription bundle today. For $12.99 a month, subscribers will get access to Spotify's ad-free music streaming service, as well as Hulu's basic package, which streams TV shows and movies with a few ad breaks. Paying for both services separately would set you back nearly $18 a month. Spotify Premium subscribers can take advantage of the offer starting today. The deal will then be extended to everyone this summer. Tax day quickly approaching, and in this increasingly digital world, more people are filing their taxes returns electronically rather than mailing in the paper tax returns. But how safe is it to electronically file those taxes? Well, electronically filed returns are encrypted to prevent access to data, which makes them much safer than the paper returns. Mailed-in returns can get lost or stolen, but by e-filing, you'll have quick confirmation that your return has been received by the IRS. Looking for some spring shopping deals? Well, those savings may not be as hard to find as you think. One thing worth shopping for right now, spring clothes. Since retailers are about to start selling summer items, there are some big deals out there right now. Last year, retailers like Gap and Saks Off Fifth had discounts up to 80% off. And keep an eye out for some tax day freebies as well. Last year, Planet Fitness offered a coupon for a free hydro massage for those recovering from tax-induced stress. Despite all those deals, if you're shopping for a new laptop computer, you'll be better off waiting for the summertime to get it in those back-to-school promotions. Stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today, and named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The La Musica International Chamber Music Festival, the annual celebration of a distinctive cultural gem in Sarasota, with renowned musicians from around the world. April 9th through April 18th at the Sarasota Opera House. Visit lamusicafestival.org, click on Festival, open tickets, and get your seats now.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound. And a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
20 years ago, the moviegoers of Sarasota looked up at the silver screen and wanted something more. And they got exactly what they wanted. 20 years of some of the best independent films from around the world. The most iconic Hollywood stars walking the red carpet. The most glamorous parties in Southwest Florida. 20 years building up to the most exciting announcement in, well, 20 years. At the Sarasota Film Festival, April 13th to the 22nd.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Saints and Singers. The powerful voices of the 40 choral artist singers are joined by acclaimed mezzo-soprano Amy Jo Connors, performing John Rutter's arrangements of such beloved spirituals as Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, When the Saints Go Marching In, and more. The concert also features medleys highlighting hits from Broadway and the sublime music of Cole Porter. Sunday, April 15th, 7:30 p.m. at First Church, Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 387-4900.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured in a car accident, the state of Florida only gives you a specific amount of time to file a claim. So act now, give us a call.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
In entertainment news, Connecticut police say a man they busted for robbing a bank claims he did it to impress Taylor Swift. Officers in Rhode Island spotted 26-year-old Bruce Rowley on a highway the day after he robbed the bank. He was driving the same car he used in that crime. Rowley led them on a chase that ended in Connecticut. While police were transporting Rowley, he told them he had a crush on Taylor Swift and robbed the bank for her. He said he threw some of the stolen money over her fence and tried to contact her, but she wasn't home. I'm sure she would have been very impressed, don't you think, everyone? Rowley is being held now on $100,000 bond. Well, singer Mariah Carey says she has bipolar disorder. Carey says for years she didn't want to believe her diagnosis, but now the superstar says she's proud to share it with the world. Carey says she was first diagnosed back in 2001 when she was hospitalized after having a breakdown. Carey says she's now in therapy and takes medication to help treat the condition. Comedian Tracy Morgan now has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Morgan has starred in several films and TV shows, including 30 Rock and a new TBS series called The Last OG. Fellow comedians Jordan Peele and Martin Lawrence were on hand to unveil the star. Morgan began appearing on television on Lawrence's show Martin in 1994 and spent 7 years on SNL.
This is the culmination of many years of work and trying to be a good person in this world. So I just thank the Chambers of Commerce of Hollywood for immortalizing my name. You know, long after I'm gone, my great-great-great-grandkids could walk up to my star and say that's my grandfather.
And if you want to have a say in who gets a star on the Walk of Fame there in Hollywood, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce is accepting nominations for the class of 2019. Anyone can submit a nomination, and applications are due by May 31st. The Walk of Fame committee will meet in June to make its selections for next year. All right, we'll be right back with more news and your forecast. Stay with us.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing, but sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore, but there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
It's California Closet's Lighting and Accessories Sales Event. Save up to $1,000 now through April 30th. Call 1-800-CAL-CLOSETS for your free design consultation or visit us online at californiaclosets.com.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.